If there's one thing Insanely Twisted Shadow Planet proves, it's that even the brightest stars can be corrupted. This 2D adventure casts you as an intrepid alien sent to weed out the sickness that has infected an alien heavenly body, and subsequently save all life in the galaxy. Otherworldly environments engender strong feelings of loneliness, and an eerie soundtrack builds on this atmosphere. Figuring out how to use your various tools to manipulate obstacles provides the most satisfying hook to pull you along. Unfortunately, that rush is often stymied by poor visual feedback and touchy controls. Because of these problems, Shadow Planet offers an uneven adventure that alternates between amazement and frustration, though there are enough exciting moments to make this a trip worth taking. Your alien protagonist rides in a sleek flying saucer, giving you freedom to cruise in any direction within the confines of your 2D view. Early on, you have little more than a weak blaster and helpful radar, and slowly gain new instruments by defeating bosses or accessing out-of-the-way areas. A dexterous claw, controllable missiles, and rustic buzzsaw are just some of the items you acquire, though your radar is what you need to rely on more than anything else. This serves as your guide for the adventure. By scanning obstacles and enemies, you learn their weaknesses, which is paramount if you want to make it through the game in a timely manner. Don't expect every mystery to be revealed just because the game lets you know which tool is best for a given situation. Recognizing what needs to be accomplished still takes a fair bit of experimentation, and there are a few difficult puzzles sprinkled throughout the game to keep you on your toes. In one scenario, you need to lure a serpent to help you through a windy gap, and puzzles like these get you invested in your actions. There are still problems with the puzzles, however, often because the game has poor visual feedback. Throughout the game, you run into instances where the game does a lousy job at communicating what it wants from you, and this comes to a head in one pitch black section. You can hardly see anything in this nightmare zone, which makes performing even simple tasks downright tedious. At other times, you may know exactly what needs to be done, but pulling off the feat is another matter. Some problems require fine manipulation from your robotic claw, but placing items in the right place is far too finicky. These problems are thankfully rare, though when they do show up, they quickly derail your spacefaring fun. This twisted planet is teeming with hostile beasts, and you have to dole out attacks if you're going to make it out alive. You won't have much trouble gunning down the foul beings flying around you, and you can frequently just cruise past them if you don't feel like getting your hands dirty. The emphasis in Shadow Planet is on puzzle solving and exploration, so it's not inherently bad that combat is such a cakewalk, but blasting foes doesn't add much excitement to your travels. Bosses are a bit more interesting. They take the form of giant beasts, and figuring out their weak points gets your problem-solving side working hard. But like normal enemies, they won't put up much of a fight. If you take your time scouring the map for every hidden secret, Shadow Planet should last more than 8 hours. But there's a cooperative mode to make this lonely world a bit more inviting. Lantern Run lets up to 4 players work together to accomplish the same goal. A multi-eyed, many-limbed beast gives chase, and you have to carry lanterns to safety. If these precious light sources are extinguished, or if every ship dies, your run ends, so you need to work together if you're going to succeed. Teaming up with buddies is a sharp contrast to the isolated experience from the main adventure, but the merry appeal is short-lived. There just isn't much depth in Lantern Run to provide long-term entertainment. The odd smattering of rock obstacles and tittering enemies does little to excite your problem-solving abilities, and the simple combat can't keep you engaged for long. It's still interesting trying out this mode a couple times, but it doesn't add much to the overall package. Ultimately, Shadow Planet isn't lessened because of its disappointing cooperative mode. The single-player adventure is still the most important element, and it provides an engrossing journey that's difficult to pull away from. The minimalistic presentation, exotic visual design, and ambient soundtrack do a wonderful job of placing you in this alien world, and thoughtful puzzles further invest you in the duties of this diminutive alien. However, small missteps haunt your every move. Mechanical problems distract from the atmospheric wonder, and poor visual feedback constructs an unnecessary roadblock. Insanely Twisted Shadow Planet comes with a few warning flags, but a great sense of place makes this an enticing adventure to embark on.